Greetings in the best of salutations. It would be prayer, power, peace, patience, and prosperity. Hope I said prayer. Not trying to misuse the term itself when it comes to prayer. That which brings forth a sense of self-assurance. Yes, and some would equate that to confidence. Communication, as you see the water. You drop a pebble in the water. The sensitivity of the water, it will send a ripple effect. That's communication. Yes, water, the sensitivity of water, the source of all life. Is water. Yes. When a woman is giving birth, her water breaks. Sensitivity. Yes. It says that the thief cometh not but for to steal, to kill, and to destroy. I come that they may have life and that they might have it more abundantly. Self-fulfilling prophecy, as some will call the term. That which can bring forth a meaningful life is to make proper use of one's intention. The motivating factor is to be put on notice. It is said that one's moral conviction has been replaced with ruthless ambition. I've learned that you can tell the collective psychology of one's mentality of what he or she produces. It is said, wherever your heart is, there where your treasures will be also, or vice versa. But the environment is where your heart lives. Live in the world, but not of the world. The environment, how we process things, how we interpret, how we select, even our so-called, what we call friends, or how we form relationships. Select in the use of, by way of the use of information. In this environment or experimental setting, in the responsibility that we must have in regards to this experimental setting. The influence that this experimental setting has on us, how we interpret it, how we engage it in the use of the information, how we think and relate to one another. One must be put on notice, and we are being put on notice when it comes to one's our intentions, because intentions are judged by your actions. How do we find out if we are being irresponsible with the proper use of our time, or the proper use of time and the energy in nature, and what effort is being put in as we try to manage and control as best as we can our urges and our human tendencies. Seem as though our human tendencies are being exploited. How we interpret, select, and use information. How we think, relate to one another. How we behave. The responsibility that we have when it comes to the proper use of one's intentions is the motivating factor. Self-fulfilling prophecy, narcissism, if I may use that term, grandiose fantasies, trying to find meaning in life, value, self-worth. I always say that worth is in the degree, which means the temperament of one's attitude. The problem is not the problem, it's the attitude that we have about the problem. And I've learned to come to know that the problem becomes a problem when you take your eyes off your goal, and the goal is accountability. When you have accountability, you come into complete civility. When you come to complete civility, you should be at peace. And when we're at peace, we are no threat to one another. But it says that the thief comes to steal. It says that it's a false shepherd. Even though Jacob Diop talked about shepherds or sheep herders of Western Asia, of ignorable people, cutthroat. Ignorance is the result of hostility, as if there's nothing else to be learned. This thief that gives a false impression, searching for meaning in life, and does his or her best to defend his or her ego, cares only about feeding him or herself. I believe it was stated earlier about what Cornel West stated. Talks about moral conviction has been replaced with ruthless ambition. Seem to be preyed on historically. Delaney and Douglas who will best elevate the race. Booker T. Washington, W.E. Du Bois, just names, Ida B. Wells, it make no difference. We look at entertainers today. No moral conviction, but yet more so ruthless ambition. And we look at the economic system and what it employs people to do. It herds them in a way, in a direction that there is no moral conviction, only ruthless ambition. Anyone knows about some time ago, a group had something called Ruthless Records. I'm not casting any dispersion on any particular individual, but I'm just talking about the influence of and how we interpret and the use of the information and the use of one's intentions is the motivating factor. Just want to put some more notice here now. We can have all the nice things in women and life and men. What the hell, so I don't care. One wants to abandon his or her moral conviction for his or her ruthless ambition for upward mobility. There is a struggle there. But this thief is a false shepherd, cares only about feeding himself, not building up the flock. He steals sheep in order to kill them. So what is being killed is our moral conviction. I like that, brother. It replaced for ruthless ambition. There's a struggle of common sense versus nonsense, as Brother Imam Warren Muhammad said. Yes, struggle for one's well-being, but it's the restriction of the system, the economic system, that determines the distribution of wealth. And it handcuffs people. Prevents them for trying to live a meaningful life, and then people compare their lives with others, and the lives of others become the measuring stick of what is determined to be meaningful life. So we rob, we steal, we kill, and we destroy. That's the thief. That's his intentions. That's his model. But it says that Christ is a state of development through the process of spiritual consciousness. I don't get caught up in human figures, because anything that is written, it is displaying what is happening amongst humanity. It's come to benefit the sheep, because this creation and that which we are mating with is a benefit to us. So therefore we mate with it. Gives life, and is not constricted, but overflowing. The thief takes life. Christ give it to the full, to the fullness. That which is killing us is resisting to change. Seasons change. But to put on notice is a formal announcement, is a warning, a notification. It is an announcement of one's intentions or intention. Is that be careful that you are suffering from withdrawals, in need of attention. And we become addicted to it. And don't think that the society in which we live, through this technology, knows that you value attention. Human tendencies are being exploited. At a very high rate. Then they create laws to come to remedy. You know, when you go to the job and you have an employer, and you may give the employer 2 weeks notice. You give them warning that you're not going to be around anymore. But I realize this here too. Is that which is being put on notice when it comes to humanity is that you serve what employs you. When you serve what employs you, you serve what you are becoming. And you pay for what you are becoming. So we're really paying for what we have become. How we interpret that. We're responsible for it. Do we care about what we are becoming? Or we don't care? I say, until the next time, talk to you.